Big Boy Neighborhood, man, I've been waiting on this one right here. Desus and Mero in the neighborhood. Welcome to the neighborhood bodega. Hello. West Coast in the building. Hey, man, let me tell y'all, it is a pleasure to have y'all in the neighborhood, man.
Yo, fam, it's a pleasure to be here. This is wild. Because this is like, being from New York, you don't really know LA radio or TV like that, but everyone knows Big Boy. So to be up here was like, yo, we made it.
Oh, yeah, I guess it would be like that. Yeah, I guess it would be like that. It just sounds crazy if I would have said it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that when we spoke out there, y'all said it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, when you get in there and say, you know, it's an honor, and this is like, you know, some iconic shit. You know what I'm saying?
This shit is
so
legendary.
Y'all stop that, man. But no, let me tell y'all, man, Viceland, I always rocked with you. You know what I'm saying? And then when it was like, no more, you should have saw we were like, okay, well, what do we do now?
Yeah.
What do I
you know
do
what
with
I'm
my
saying?
nights?
Yeah, what do I do?
Like,
you know, so and then landing on Showtime.
Showtime?
Oh man, money, skits. You know what I'm saying? Like
just pay the money.
Food on set.
oh, really?
Food on
As opposed to coming in with your own per pound stuff.
Just coming in with a ham and cheese sandwich I made. I'm like, Mero, you want half of this?
Yeah. Good looking. I'm
Hey
asleep
man,
on it.
how did y'all come together? Like, how did the Bodega Boys start?
You know what? In New York, basically in the summer they have summer school, but like we were saying on another show, there's 3 types of summer school. There's summer school for people who are super smart, and there's on like advanced placement. Then you got summer school for kids who are kind of stupid.
Right.
And
where did y'all place?
We were in the 3rd.
He said
in New York.
Yeah.
And in New York, like there's not everyone has AC in the summer, so but the schools all have AC.
So you
just go hang out in summer school. And I didn't even really know him. I knew his boy, but we were just hanging together in high school.
Where's his boy at now? Damn.
Not his boy. No
Free
more.
the homie.
Free the homie?
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
He ain't do nothing.
He getting all type of different AC.
Come on now.
Gotta put some money on his books.
Where Kim Kardashian at when you need her?
Free him. But then, like, fast forward, like, 10 years. We're just on Twitter, like, 10 or 15 years. We're on Twitter, and it's, like, Bronx Twitter. It's, like, very regionally
Different.
specific.
Super regional.
Like, not even, like, so I'm like, yo, you see that thing on 3rd Ave? And they're like, yeah.
Word.
Like,
Yo,
the rest of no one gets the references.
Look at the flick.
And then it's just, like, the familiarity, and we just knew the same references, and we kind of knew the same people. We put 2 and 2 together.
When you bounce jokes back and forth, you know how you just chilling with your friends and you just bouncing jokes back and forth, and it just is like a rhythm.
Get me, you complete me.
Yes.
And y'all were doing that on the social side.
On Twitter.
Without even having dialogue.
No dialogue. And then, like, Complex saw it and was like, yo, y'all want a podcast? Podcast was audio only for the first 7 episodes, but everyone was like, it was so good. It pivoted to video.
Let's do video.
And then took off from there.
They decided to do video before we decided to do video.
They made the announcement before they told us.
They dropped the press release.
Y'all sitting there like,
You're like, where?
Like, oh, word?
I'm getting text messages from my friends. They're like, congrats on your show. I was like, yo, what are you talking about?
What show? Word? What show? I was on Cops again?
Has it always been that formula where you just kind of sit down and it's topical?
Yeah. You just chop it up about whatever.
Just random. And
hey, man.
We know about stuff, but not all the facts, but just enough. You know how, like, you be in a barbershop, you get some of the facts.
Enough.
You
know what I'm saying? Like, don't ask me nothing because this is all I know.
I'm going to give you all the info up front. Don't ask me nothing else.
Don't ask me nothing
Just come in a barbershop and be like, yo, you know Joe Biden's going to give us all $1,000 if you vote for him.
Yeah.
I read that on Facebook.
Oh, what?
And then you stop it there. Like, where else did you?
And someone in the back is like, I heard that too.
Yeah, that's all you need. It's one cosign. Like,
Word.
Hey, man, so how did y'all go from actually doing the podcast, now it's video, to Viceland?
It was like a natural progression because, like, with the podcast, it's audio only. You know what I mean? So we're talking about, you know, popular culture, the zeitgeist, whatever you want to call it. But then at the same time, we're coming up with characters, we're coming up with scenarios and all this stuff. And you know, the golden age of hip hop, every album had 28 skits on it.
Yeah.
So we doing like skits in the studio, and we like, man, this could be like a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Before we were on Viceland, we were actually at MTV too.
Oh,
so
really though?
Every now and then, if you go watch an old episode of Wild 'N Out, they'll just have us in the back.
And the back like, yo!
And they don't quite know what to do with them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You'll see it. You'll be like, damn.
They're like, yo,
This was not a fit for y'all. And the thing was, it wasn't because, you know, like, they're very family friendly. And, you know, we're a little rough around the edges. Yeah. So we might get one joke in for the whole episode.
You know what I'm saying?
You think you're a little rough around the edges?
Just a smidgen.
Hey, man, with being so-called rough around the edges, there's times when I see Mero say something and Desus is like, ooh.
Yeah. Mero's a wild boy.
Hell yeah, he
And
is,
the thing
bro.
is, Mero has 4 kids, so I'm just like, I'm like, you said that on TV?
Do your kids watch? How old are your kids, Mero?
8, 6, 4, and 2.
Lift off.
Yeah, hell no. My man,
You're not joining the club yet?
He ain't let her chill at all.
Yeah, hell no. He was like 6
He was
weeks
like,
up.
he was like, get back over here, baby.
But the 8-year-old, he'd be like, I
back.
catch him saying stuff from the show. I'm like, bro, you
He ain't
watching?
saying suck my dick from the back. Is he?
I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh,
Where did you learn that at?
Joe, don't say that in front of your mother.
yeah, you can't ask where you learned it at. Be like, you dad.
I learned about watching you.
Yeah.
Was there ever a decision of, okay, we can't go after this person or let's pull back on this person? Because sometimes, like, you don't get nervous ever going in on somebody and their reaction.
We know, like, because we're not really Hollywood like that.
Yeah.
So we didn't know the ins and outs. So we just go at anybody. Like now it's like some people it's not even worth attacking them because some people we're at the level now where people attack us just to get the attention and attraction. But not like, you know, like if everyone's fair game.
I
Anyone
love
can
that.
get it. Like, and also the other thing is like anyone can get it. And then the other thing is like being not Hollywood. Like we're like, yo, these are jokes. And then you get people and they be seriously
They're so
offended.
That's the
serious.
thing.
And we
Like,
you had anybody that walked up on y'all or
Nah,
Hell
never.
Nah, we from the Bronx
Nah,
all
they
day.
don't want that. Don't play.
It's like the Hollywood
Don't
stuff.
play.
The Hollywood stuff is here.
Yo,
It's Bronx
listen.
all day.
Easy
And we
call.
let people know, and people they'll be
Look at
around
me.
us, and they'll be like, "Yo,
Look at
With
me.
you.
This
No.
is Tremont, 40. You
Tell 'em.
already know what it is. Don't play with me.
yeah, we'll be in
Run
the
up,
rooms
get
with
done
people,
up.
and people will be like, "Yo, I thought y'all was cornballs. I thought y'all was clowns, but y'all are real." I'm like, "What
Hell
what you
yeah.
what you
Like,
like this
this
ain't
is-
like,
this
don't
is
get
not
it
an
twisted.
act. Don't
Yeah.
and you see him, he'll throw it all away for nothing. He don't care about nothing.
That's the
Ready
thing.
to risk it
I'm
all.
learning. Though.
Your man
I'm
be
learning.
shoplifting in the airport. I'm like, yo,
What?
fam.
And
We
look,
gonna
did you take?
lose our show over
Yeah.
a bottle of mouthwash.
Yeah.
Come on,
You know
Mero.
what I'm saying?
He's like, I forgot it. I forgot the fact.
It's like I needed it.
You know what it is, man? It's just the rush.
It's
It ain't
just-
the item. It's the
Bruh.
rush.
No,
You
we
know
just
what it
walking through LAX. He's just scratching his chest like, "Got steal something,
Yeah,
bro."
and that's that later on. Like, look what I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then when I pop out with the lighter when nobody got a lighter,
Yeah. Oh, now you gonna applaud me? You know what I'm saying? When we were walking past, gate 76, it was a problem. Now you need a lighter, and here it is.
I'm like, "You gonna shoplift a traveling pillow again, my guy?"
I got 2 of them.
Look at all these pillows I got.
I got pillows.
I got all the pillows in Terminal 4, baby.
Do y'all get recognized everywhere y'all go?
You know what? If
Some
we're
places,
together,
yeah.
If we're together, all the time.
Easy call.
But if not,
Yeah.
then it's like hit or miss, or even worse. It's like, yo, people see me, they're like,
somebody
yo,
else?
I love you, Mero. I'm like, that's cool, because
Yeah.
I'm not Mero.
Yeah.
I'll let him know.
Dude, that's
At
what you
least
should
you
look
know.
at them when they like, I love you, Mary. Be like, man, fuck you.
Or they be like, I watch the show every night, Mero. Yo, you guys are so fun. Or like, they're
love
like, yo,
y'all.
I watch y'all 5 nights a week. I was like, how?
Yeah.
No, because that's not
You
my
on
name.
YouTube a lot, huh?
Do y'all watch yourselves?
Sometimes.
Hell yeah.
Like game film, you know what
I
I'm
watch
saying?
it because I'm egotistical, but also to get the viewing, to get the ratings.
Yeah.
Like we running around just turning mad TV to it
Get
for no
yourself
reason.
on, like turn it on
Bro,
now.
I grab every iPad in the house, put an app on TV.
And I know my
computer.
neighbors think I'm obnoxious because it's really loud in my apartment when I play it. And then you'll have the show, and then I'm laughing on the show, and then I'm laughing myself laughing. They're like, "Hey,
Hey,
at
man,
home watching."
do
I'm like,
you
"I do."
ever watch how well it's put together in post?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Oh,
That's why
that's
we
the
have to
best
watch
thing.
it because
Yeah.
what we make in the studio does not look like
Yeah,
that.
what do we not see?
You got to come to a live tape. It is
I
wild.
I just also needed to know that I'm in one of your guys' DMs because I wanted to.
Oh, really though? Oh,
I was like, you have to
wow.
come to the neighborhood,
married,
but I
you
never
slid
got
Don't
to
get
see
me in
him.
trouble.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I didn't put it in yours because I was like, he's married. Let me be respectful. So it's actually she's married. But I was like, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. You should come to the neighborhood, and then it never got seen.
Because my
He
DMs
hit me
are
back.
wild.
I'm sure.
My DMs are
But
like.
he hit me back, Natalia. So.
Oh,
But you're big
wow.
He's big boy.
You got a
I
blue
don't
check.
know.
Yeah.
I had to check
got
in
blue
becoming to
check?
LA.
Oh, we gotta get.
But you know what? You really didn't check in
Big
because
boy.
you came in and you left. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
It was you came in, you checked in.
I checked in.
Here,
And you gave me the
but
number.
you didn't check in.
I didn't check in? I'm
Yeah,
checking in now.
There it
We
is.
good?
You know what I'm saying? Y'all
Can-
went to
can-
dentist for shit.
Can I go?
Right.
Can I go to Erewhon's and safe?
Yeah. Oh, you can definitely go to Airwalk.
You the trick of LA?
Yeah, you gotta check in.
Check in
check in.
with
check
Big
in.
Boy.
You gotta check in.
Don't you better not be in WeHo alone.
Yo,
Yeah.
better pay for that Wi-Fi. Make sure you hit the big homie.
Hit up Big Boy when you come in.
I will.
Every time.
Every time.
From here on out. I wrote
got
y'all a
you.
pass on that last one.
Okay, thank you.
You know, and really, I didn't even want to do the interview.
You know what it
I
is?
just wanted y'all to be in front of me so y'all can see how serious this really is.
Listen, big homie, thank you. Correction's not punishment.
I appreciate you, brother.
Man, we were just
Take
speaking
a
off
boys.
air. How do y'all find it? Like, it's a team effort, of course, to find the clips.
Yo, shout out to our writers, shout out to our producing
You know what I'm
team.
saying?
But usually what happens is whatever is on the timeline on Twitter at that moment or comes across our timeline, we're like, we
They're on
gotta
the
talk
lookout.
about
You know what I'm
tomorrow.
saying? Or we'll just send them stuff and be like, yo.
Or our fans will send it. They're like, yo, you gotta cover this on the
Hey,
show.
man, there's times when I'm hoping y'all do something, and then like, oh, they got it.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
sometimes we want to cover stuff and like we just can't clear the rights for the clip, and that's
Oh,
heartbreaking.
really?
Yeah,
That's really-
because like
yeah.
now in this day
So
and
all
age,
those rights, all those clips y'all get, damn.
you gotta clear the rights to them because
gotta pay
if
for
not,
that
they'll listen.
Okay, well, when y'all
sued.
did DJ Head, who cleared that?
don't
Somebody
know.
got it.
Maybe the actual
Got
artist.
the permission on.
What the hell?
Yeah, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's legal to problem.
Y'all got a strong team because DJ Head didn't even know he was on Showtime.
I mean,
Listen.
we just.
Can y'all imagine if y'all didn't have to get, if y'all could just go guerrilla?
Oh,
the stuff that'd be on there.
Oh,
Sometimes
man.
we get stuff sent directly to us that's not like street fights in the Bronx. I'm like, this is wild. Bro. I was like, legally, if we do this, you going to jail.
I'm like, my man, like you can't just you fam, you've crashed the car. You
I'm like,
sent a
yo.
video of
And
us.
your fan, your
I was
face
like,
is
you
right
got two
on it.
pit bulls
Like-
boxing, my guy.
Yeah.
You
That's
can't do
illegal.
that.
Hey, man, so you're a father of 4.
Yes.
Hey, man, now, I'm a dad of 2.
Okay.
It's a total different world
Yeah, 'cause-
when you have kids, bro.
I,
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I told Hassan Minaj, man, because you running man-to-man defense,
Yeah.
so you good.
Hey,
Once you start running the zone, you assed out. You know what I'm saying?
how do you, what kind of dad are you? Because everybody loves you. You know what I'm saying? How do you become the cool dad and the disciplined dad?
Because I'm 6'2".
Go ahead now.
You know what I'm saying? And my kids are not.
Yeah,
And I'm a
is true.
solid 250 dad bod.
There it is.
So all I got to do is hit him with the yo, and just hit. Hey, psst. Chill,
Just like that.
like that.
You
Boom.
know.
You see how
Done.
quiet we were?
You know what I'm saying?
So as soon as you started that, we all was like,
Louis was super scared.
so-
of Louis.
yeah.
He's only
plus Louis the
5'3".
size of his kids.
Louis balls went
You know what I'm
inside.
saying?
And I,
So
said,
you know-
and I tell him, I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
wait till we get home. Wait till we get home. Wait till we get home. I ain't gonna do shit, but wait till we get home.
Now, do you really smoke at the house?
In the basement.
Oh, okay.
Mad air purifiers going.
Yeah, so you got your cool little smoke room.
Yeah,
What's the
had
difference
to.
between Viceland and Showtime?
Shoot.
It's like maybe not to. It's just a bigger platform.
Yeah.
It's like going, I guess, from going like the NCAA to NBA.
Yeah.
like it's a much
More
bigger
like resources.
deal.
You feel me?
much-
Like
Did you bring any of the team from Viceland?
A lot of
sure,
them.
100%.
Okay, yeah,
them.
because it seemed like it.
yeah. Because
like,
the editors and everybody, they get the flow of the show. The graphics
Yeah.
department, they
our
got
narrator,
the flow of the show.
Julia, the voice you always hear.
Yeah, oh yeah,
That's what I was
she's
wondering who that was.
Yeah,
She's
we've had
bomb.
We've had her since our MTV too.
Hey, dude,
Wait,
she's
where's
bomb,
the bear
bro.
though?
The bear never belonged to us.
Yeah.
So
We lost him in a
we
custody
lost him
battle.
in a custody
yeah.
battle.
Hey,
You know,
man,
like when you
that's what
dated
I say
someone.
too. You know, I left station, so I say, man, there's some things are lost in the divorce.
Yeah, it's like you might be with someone cool and they got a dog and you got the dog in your Instagram and then you stop putting it on Instagram and someone's in the
Live
comment
with
like, what
other-
happened to Spot? I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Must
Then
be
if you're
wrong.
mad petty, you be like, damn, Spot died. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Too bad.
And
He's
Spot
dead
over
to
there
me.
like, hold on. like, don't be that bitter.
Yeah, did the wardrobe budget go up though?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
You
yeah.
already know.
I'm
Hey,
always
man.
Got a
looking at what you guys
stylist, got a
wear.
stylist.
Y'all really look
Solid.
one and done. It look like y'all wear something one time.
You know what? You're
Yeah.
damn right.
I can fat
Yeah,
Joe these
it's
sneakers
so
right now.
You want to know how wasteful it is? Like, they were yelling at me the other day. It was like, yo, take your sneakers home. Like, you got too many sneakers back here. We have no space for new sneakers. And I was like, I don't want to
Facts.
take these home. So I just gave them to people on staff. Like, here, just take them.
dope.
What
Like,
size do you wear?
10 and a half.
I can't get my
That's
foot in
everyone
that.
that's 10 and a half was like, yeah.
Yeah, come on.
So now what happens is people, when I wear a pair of sneakers on the episode, like afterwards, all the sharks are like, yo, what you gonna
Yeah,
do
what
with
you gonna do with
those?
those?
What you gonna do with them?
What
I'm like,
size
here,
you?
take them.
Mero.
11 and a half, 12.
Damn,
depending.
man, I use 6'2" with them little ass feet.
12 is not 12 though.
Yeah, you just said 12 because you saw my expression change. You know what I'm saying?
Depends on the shoe.
As soon as that 11 came out, I'm like, then you're like 12, 13, 16. You know?
Wait, what size are you?
I'm a 13.
13?
13, all
Sound big.
13. You know what I mean?
My boy, what's his name? Was it Monroe?
Don't give a
Comedian.
fuck.
He's he's a size 17.
Oh, man.
I was like, damn, you can't get no heat.
Yeah, he.
You know, when you're trying to buy sneakers, this one pair of size 17. That's for sure.
Or everything got those Velcro.
The orthopedic joints.
Hell yeah. Like, man, what are those? Oh, man.
The assisted living force.
The full risk. Yeah. All his shoes say one of one.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where can I get those? Dr. Schaub.
You see the new fall risk joints? Fire, bro.
Man, I got these in a size 17. No, you didn't.
Wow.
No, you didn't.
Those come with like scaffolding around them.
The Bodega Boys Showtime, man, Monday and Thursday.
Monday and Thursday.
Hey, man, so y'all came in the game. Was it one night at first?
One night at
Was it
first at
Thursday?
Showtime.
Yeah.
And then Monday.
The streets was like, yo,
They
we
were
need
like, we need
more.
more.
Hey, man.
Because if you watch it, the first couple of episodes was like we were trying to do too much because we were trying to cover too many stories.
Yeah.
So we was going super fast.
Super exciting.
But then the Showtime was like, yo, the people want more. And now that we have 2 episodes a week, we got time to let it
Hey,
breathe.
man,
it out,
y'all
let it
really
breathe.
got me watching Showtime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Listen,
and really.
Say it louder so they
Say it
can
louder
hear
so
you.
they
No,
know.
for real. And it was, and this is not because y'all here, man. I was just switched a cable company, right? And they were asking, did I want premium? And I was like, oh no, I can't lose. Desus and Mero.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking, oh man, I was in Europe for a couple
Appreciate
weeks.
you, bro.
I couldn't wait to get home to go in my DVR.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Man, like y'all show is bomb
Yeah.
for real, for real.
Thank you, man.
Your guys' guest list has been a variety of people, and I absolutely love it. But you guys have also made sure that you don't just stick to actors or authors. You also go on the political side.
Yeah, man.
Also having an election special, years back. Why is that important to you to make sure that you're also hitting that side?
You know what happens? I think a lot of times there's this whole idea that you have to go to the one black or brown show. And then, like, people go there and they're like, they ask the same questions. And it's just like, what are you going to do for the black community, whatever. And you don't really get a fair sense of the candidate. And a lot of our audience doesn't watch MSNBC. They don't see these candidates outside of that little perspective. That
Right.
they
Any
give them.
talking points and stuff like that.
So we just want to be able to just talk to the people like a regular person. We're never endorsing anyone. We're just like, yo, who are you? Why do you want to be president? Like, we want to give the viewers a chance to see who these people are and not see their talking points. And then, if you're interested in a person, maybe you'll Google more about them. Maybe this.
And I
maybe
love
this
that y'all
interview
do
turned
it
off.
y'all way, though.
Yeah.
You know, whoever
Yeah.
y'all talking to,
Relatable.
it's not like, oh, okay. Like,
We're going to go to
that
your
don't sound like
office
them.
and put a suit on and no.
Yeah.
You're going to go and put the flags up.
Exactly.
When
You know
AOC's
what I'm
on
saying?
this.
It's more so like, yo, here's this person. We're presenting them to you as a human. Like, what do you think of them?
Yeah.
And you make your own decision.
And then
You know
it's
what I'm
also, it shows the sense of humor of the candidates.
Yeah, man.
Because some of them, you'll be like, who was it? Mayor Pete. We was like, yo, we going uptown. We going to be drinking. We're going
so
to
glad
smoke
you talked to
hookah and
him.
all this stuff. And other candidates were like, oh, of course not.
Right.
My candidate would never do that. And he was like, yo, I'm with it. He took
with
the
it.
train
He
up
took
there.
the train up
Oh,
there.
Dope.
You're like,
yeah.
always
Was he
like,
nice?
Hey, man, let me
Super
tell
nice.
you, what's my brother's name that's running for president now? The
Which
brother-
one? There's
brother.
20.
Cory Booker?
A Booker.
Man, y'all went and played basketball with him.
Bro,
and
he
y'all
plays dirt. He played wild dirty.
But let me tell you.
I'm gonna say it on the record. Corey, you play wild dirty.
He elbowed me in the
played-
ribs.
look,
But
he plays
hold
that
on.
old- hold on. He played the Charles Barkley game where 90% of the game he used his ass to post you down. I'm just like, bruh, like, nah, this is
Jabu
2019. Like,
Hey,
dribble.
man, I love the interview. It seemed like y'all had such a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
And then fast forward 2-3 weeks later, y'all was tearing his ass.
That's how it
Because
is.
we did it before the interview too. Because he had that fit where he looked like a Kmart greeter, and we was just cooking him, and then we interviewed him after that, and he
man.
saw that. And he
It
was
was
just
funny
like,
because he was like, "Are you guys going to cook me?" I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah, like,
I was like,
even-
even more now because we know you.
Yeah. Hey, man, so any relationship, it's not like y'all disrespect, but everybody free game.
Like everyone's forgetting, but you know,
Damn.
there's just some people. It's just like it wouldn't be funny to joke with. You can see in the past they're not able to take
Right,
a joke.
right,
So
right.
it's just like, what's even the point? Like
Yeah.
we're not
Yeah.
trying to like our thing
We
is
ain't
like
bullies.
right? We do
Yeah.
a joke, and if it's usually like boom, and then people will respond. We're not gonna go back and forth for weeks with somebody. Like that's just corny. Like we don't do
you
stuff
want
like
to drag
that.
stuff out either.
And also, we try to keep it light. We're not gonna like mock someone who had like a death in the family or just something dark like
Right,
that.
yeah.
Just keep it light.
And
like,
it don't seem like y'all got agendas.
Yeah.
Where y'all always just on somebody.
we don't
always
do
just
that.
on somebody.
and also, it's lighthearted. It's just like you're cracking jokes on your friends.
And that's
Back to
another
back.
thing. I'm like, I feel like that's like not a disconnect, but like it's a very New York specific thing. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, we just cutting ass.
We just
like,
got that. It's actually a
we
form
not,
of respect.
like,
Like, if you're
yeah.
on our radar, we're like, yo, we're gonna roast you. It's like, yo, we rock with you.
Were there
You
other
should
people?
be honored.
That's what it is.
Like, we talk, well, like we talking about you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
on the radar.
You're a
You know what I'm
thing.
saying?
Were there other people who didn't believe that your guys' sense of humor, because you do talk about the Bronx a lot, that could transcend past the
Oh,
Bronx?
so
Oh,
many-
listen, there was
so
a
many
network
executives
exec
who literally was like,
after
the
I got
Midwest
my,
cannot relate.
I
The
got
Midwest
my,
cannot relate to you.
I got my Kanye moment on, and I was in the conference room, and I was like, yo, where's our show? Where is our show? We've been sitting in this room we had only been started for a month. I was like,
Right.
where's our late night show? And he was like, y'all not ready for TV? And I was like, excuse you?
Wow.
And he was like, the Midwest will never, you guys talk too fast, you make too many New York references, and the Midwest will never accept you guys.
Wow.
He no longer works. He's no longer employed.
Hey,
You
show
got
him.
fired. You got fired.
Have other late night hosts like welcomed you guys and been nice to you?
You know what? John
yeah.
Oliver got us jumped.
Oh, nice.
Nah, I'm kidding.
You heard it here first.
No,
hey, Daniel, just cut the laughter and everything out. Just say he got us jumped away in
John Oliver beat up my mother. No, they love. Like we went out to dinner with them. Seth Meyers, Jimmy Fallon loves us. Like it's so
We've been
cool.
on there like 8-7 times.
It's so cool because they're always just like we do the same thing, but they're just like, you guys look like you're having so much fun
Yeah,
doing
man.
it. I wish I could like do what you
It's
guys
just
do.
so different. You guys are more relatable, I feel. Like you're more in the now, where like what's going on right now. And I feel like these shows have been going on for so long.
Right.
It's not relatable. It's just
It's like a heritage
Robotic,
thing. It's
yeah.
just like, yo,
They've
we've
kind of
been
backed
doing this for
themselves in
50
the corner
years.
They have.
they kind of wrote the whole format. It's like, yo, suit, band,
Yeah.
opening monologue. And they're
Yeah,
like,
man.
if we change from this, our
It's a
audience is not
routine,
gonna
you know?
watch
Yeah.
it.
Hey man, and y'all show just so well with the off-camera mic stuff, and like.
And we made sure to leave that in because at first they were like, you can't show that. They was like, that's not how TV is made. Like if you start showing, and we were like, no, we don't want people to take the show too serious. And people at home don't know how TV's made. So let's show it. Let's show all the blemishes. Let's show if they have to readjust the mics. Let's show people walking through the sets.
Yeah, man.
Because it makes it more intimate. And you're just
Yeah,
like, yo.
organic, too.
Yeah, and it's just like, yo, they don't take themselves that serious.
Yeah.
And that's the way we do radio as well, man, because we make mistakes every day.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But if we just try to make it seem all perfect and someday like, man, look at this clown over here.
Yeah.
Oh, he stumbled.
Or if you're just doing like retakes all the time to make
Yeah,
it perfect
man,
and
I'm
smooth,
good.
like, nah.
The only thing we don't get to do is drink like you guys.
Oh, we need
Hey.
I know you
wow,
do.
that's
what
her
we
way
do, a
to
lot of
suggest.
retakes.
I know.
Just to slide it in there.
Decided it. Yo, we be drinking it. Sometimes, like an hour taping turns into a 2-hour taping, and somebody becomes incoherent over here.
But you know what though? I noticed that sometimes Mero gotta say the guest because I saw you slaughter.
I'm not-
They man.
I can't pronounce shit, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I can't pronounce.
Come on, man.
You know what? If you
that's our
if you
Louis.
see him pronounce something, that means that's
You tried.
That's the fourth take.
That's the
Yeah.
fifth
And
time
they-
we tried.
and they've
I'm
just gotten
like,
fed
I'm
up.
laying back. I'm just waiting like a picture in the bullpen.
Like
There
Like,
could be a
they
coach.
just come in like, you don't got it today, Chief. And I'm like,
Take the ball.
The
back.
soccer, the soccer player, Megan Rapinoe.
Rapinoe.
Fam, it took us like 10
He was
takes.
like, Rapinoe.
He was like,
Rapinoe. Rapinoe.
Was she waiting to come through?
She was hearing it the
and then
whole
they're like,
time.
it's like Rapinoe, and we always say Pino.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why would? Okay, we always say Pino, so just don't tell us how to pronounce it. Now you in our head, and so he's about to do it, and like right before he goes on, I'm like, Rapinoe. And just throw him off, and then he messes up. You just
like,
you hear the crowd like, come on. And we're like, all
trying to
right.
get out of
I'm
here.
like, yo, I'm batting 900. You just messed me up, dog.
How long does it take for y'all to do an actual show? If we're watching a 30.
If you're watching a 30, probably about what, an hour and a half?
Oh, really
An
though?
hour and a half. It goes by
But
really fast.
but the beautiful thing though is that shout out to the social team. They put the stuff that's on the cutting room floor that didn't make the show.
They put it online.
So
And a lot of that hour and a half is just like they're setting up mics, just moving the lights, and we're just talking to the
we're
audience.
just chopping it up.
Because the audience is like right here.
Yeah, I see
So you
that.
just-
Yeah.
you
It look like
seriously
it's
talking.
hella intimate in
They
there.
right
huh?
there. And
How
like-
many people in the audience?
It's about what,
30,
50?
40?
15? Oh no, we lowered it now. It's like 40 at most.
had to lower it. Huh?
We had to
Make it
lower
even
it. It
more
was too many
exclusive.
people. Like
Oh,
now.
y'all too popular.
Yeah. But don't worry, we still got security. Don't run up.
That real security with like blazers on and stuff, like little pins and shit. Like,
Hell yeah. Not just a big ass homie
The
security.
yeah, with the
We got
long,
the
with the
official.
tall
Yeah.
tees. Like,
You know when you
Hey,
see
big
somebody
man.
and it be like I'll see a dude white bald headed guy and I'm like that mo he ain't playing.
Right, he real security.
As opposed to the homie that's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like,
Just my cousin Tremel with some batting gloves. I'm like,
my criteria for that is if your security calls people big man,
yeah.
he's not official.
Oh really?
You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Hey,
yo, big man, can't go there, big man.
Excuse
Yo,
me,
big man.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, you strip club bouncer.
How do you
No.
tell people no that think they can just get on the show?
No, you don't tell them no.
You don't know.
It's-
You let
it's-
someone else do that.
You learn
Yeah,
that in
yeah,
Hollywood.
You let someone
Yeah,
else.
you
But
just-
then the thing is, like, certain
alley-oop it.
Radio
people,
silence.
you'll get other people that are like, why haven't I been on your show yet? I'm like, yo, okay, look at the people who've been on the show so far. Now look at you.
Like you're not at the caliber.
like please don't let me say it, but
Okay.
I'm gonna have to.
I
I'm
don't-
gonna
I
have
want-
to.
I want
It's
your
like my
feelings.
cousin coming through, like, yo, what's up? You're not gonna let me do my verse from Kill
Yo.
Niggas Records?
Come on, son.
I was like, no, we're not.
Come on, son. I got Body Bags Volume 2 dropping right now.
What's
So
up? What's up?
SoundCloud.
Come on, support.
You at least
y'all
throw the link up.
Yeah.
What was the
word.
most awkward interview on since y'all been on Showtime?
The most awkward interview? What was the most? You know, they've been pretty good.
Yeah.
Because it's not
never
it's
gonna
not
lie.
like Vice where it was just like 4 a week, boom, boom, boom. That was those they just started blending. Those they got to the point where people like I'd see people in the club, they'd be like, hey, what's up? I fuck with the show heavy. I'm like, yo, thanks for watching the show. Like, you should be on. There was like, I was
last week.
Oh, man.
I'm
I was like, oh, sorry.
Then you gotta say it again.
I was like, yo, return.
Part two.
Come hang out on the couch and stuff.
Who haven't you got that you want to get?
Obama.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We want to get Obama, but get him nice and
Don't we
smishy.
all?
Like,
Don't we all want to get
We gotta do that
Obama?
on the West
Okay,
Coast.
that's like an easy answer though.
That's
Give me
easy.
someone else.
Someone else?
Michael Jackson.
Stop it.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah, he been ducking us for a while.
He's dead, huh?
Not even with Showtime.
Go ahead and get
call
to
in.
Tupac
I
and
get
got
an
it.
answer.
Hell
Right.
yeah.
Who else?
Even with Showtime,
You know what?
I don't think that's gonna happen.
It'd be problematic. Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love because the thing about Donald Trump when he does the interviews, he just be rambling. But Donald Trump is from New York, and we're New York people, so we feel like we could probably
Oh,
get
is that
Donald Trump
South?
real nice and comfortable. He'll say some wild
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Wow.
He'll say,
Yeah.
like
I don't even think you got to get him nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
Just gas
get
him
him
up.
there.
Like,
He'll just
yo.
come in and be like, "Kid Mero, my favorite Mexican," and then he'd be like, "Okay."
like just let him have it. Like, man, whatever you want to do with this
Amazing.
rope, you can do it.
Yeah. We'll give you all the rope you need, bro.
Yeah, whatever you
know
want
what
to
I'm
do
saying?
with it. Just being in New York, had you ever met him before
No,
the presidency?
but you know what's weird? Everyone in New York knows he's a clown. Everyone in New York knows he's a brokey. That's why when the rest of the country was like, "Yo," we was like, "Nah, you
You wildin', you wildin'.
Yeah,
like
man.
every New Yorker was like, no.
Yeah.
No, this dude's a grifter. You don't understand. He'll just say whatever you want to hear. Trust me.
Like the
And
thing is,
here
like,
he is.
people are like, "Yo, Trump Tower is like nice and opulent." When you walk past Trump Tower, you're like, "Yo, is this the PJs? This is a dump."
Yeah, man.
Like, why would you want to live
Hey,
here?
dude, we used to watch The Apprentice,
Yeah.
and I used to think about how ridiculous he sound.
Mhm.
And he would do our show, but it was always like call-ins.
Yeah.
And we would clown this, that, and the other, and and then when he said he was gonna run for president, I was like, man, there's no way in the
No
world
way.
this dude gonna win.
No.
We
way.
thought the same thing until
Nobody
the
thought he would
last
win.
minute.
Yeah, that's
Like,
the way we were. We were up to the minute, and I remember Ida, what did you say?
I was like, he's gonna win.
She was
he's
like,
gonna
I'm
win.
so
And
afraid he probably may win.
I actually felt before that he could win
win.
because everybody was so in denial that he could. I'm like, yo, he's gonna fucking win.
I said it on the podcast. I was like, yo, Mero Dama's predictions. I was like, yo,
Too confident.
LeBron is gonna come back from 3-1 and beat the Warriors in the finals. Also,
You said that?
Donald Trump is gonna become president.
I don't
Hey, man.
remember that first prediction, but
That's a fact.
Hey,
Go
dude,
back, yo.
Desus
He
is
said,
like,
go back. Look at us.
No. It's there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Go through the
Oh,
camera.
okay.
It's there.
Looks
It's
like
there.
you're on your own.
All
Don't-
route.
Hey, listen.
All right, Skip Bayless
Yo,
over
throw
here.
the beat on. Freestyle.
He was a freestyle.
What y'all doing in town? Y'all got something coming up in
Yes,
LA?
sir.
We got a live show tonight at the
Tonight.
Ace Hotel,
And
and
also
another
the
one
7th.
on Wednesday at the Ace Hotel. You go to bodegahive.com and get some tickets.
You know what I'm saying?
Bodega Hive.
Bodega Hive.
Cleverly
Y'all
hit
got
it
the
there.
bodega high.
got
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
Yeah.
Did the Beehive ever get mad at the Bodega Hive?
No.
You know what? There's a large.
Beyonce don't have a lock on Hive.
There's a large overlap because I'm a huge Beyonce fan, bro.
Really though?
Huge. And I was a Beyonce denier.
Do the Hives ever get
Oh,
together?
good word. When
I
did you
went
become
to-
a believer?
there's-
I went to one of her.
Yeah.
I went
Uh-huh.
to a concert she had at Essence Fest.
Okay.
And the whole time I'm like, how good could she possibly be?
Yeah.
At the end, just had tears in my eyes.
I believe.
You came from here to like,
Now just
Now
online.
he's the president of the Beehive.
Now I'm online. Someone's like, she's overrated. I will find you and kill you.
hey man, that's when the Hive came. Like, we need to be a Hive too.
Oh,
We need to be a Hive.
Wow.
Big Boy Hive.
Yeah. Oh man.
Hey.
Hey.
Now I got neighbors for Big Boy's neighborhood. Yeah.
Okay, the neighbors.
Yeah. Then if I
Neighbors.
go with the Hive, then
Yeah.
The Hive is played
then,
out.
then the Beehive really come. It can only be so many Hives.
Well, if it's Big Boy's neighborhood, how about Big Boy's Witnesses? Because who goes around the neighborhood? Jehovah's Witnesses?
Fine. No, because nobody wants to open the door to
Yeah,
Jehovah's
remember, yeah,
Witnesses.
nobody
We
opened
don't
the
want
door.
that, okay? Actually.
Yeah.
Big boys.
That's what you don't
Yeah,
want knocking at your door.
Do you have a moment so I can talk about our Lord and Savior,
There you
Big
go.
Boy?
Yeah, be like, I'm not here. I'm not here.
That was my mom's way of punishing my brother. It's like if the Jehovah's Witnesses would come, she'd
you
be
deal
like,
with it?
go
Open the
ahead.
door.
Come
Answer the
on.
door.
They need to hear the word.
I recently
Go
moved
ahead.
and I made the mistake of open. Cause my wife was like, "Yo, open the door. Somebody's ringing the door." I was like, "All right." I opened the door and this homie in a blazer with the, and I was like, "Damn."
No, I love them, but they
Got
him.
And then there's sometimes, bro, do you wonder if somebody recognize you now? You know how there's certain times when it's
Yeah.
like, oh damn, I can't even be on this because they probably recognize.
Bro,
me.
I took a Uber from the Bronx to Brooklyn, which is about an hour drive, which is ridiculous. And so, like, you don't tell your business to an Uber driver. And he's like, "So what do you do?" I was like, "I work at like a magazine." And he goes like this. He's like looking through the rearview mirror. He's like,
man.
he was like, "Really?" And he's aggressive for the whole. He's like, "What do you do at a magazine? You don't look like a magazine person." I was like, "Yo."
The energy.
And then, like, at the end, he was like, "Yo, I love the show," and I was like,
Damn.
I was like, damn, sorry, man. I was trying to explain to him. He just looked at me like,
don't
get out.
know.
I know he gave me like 3 stars. So I was like, oh.
Check back in the app. Look at the tip I gave.
I was like, yo, here, brother. Here's 25%.
And you the same? Do you have to watch how you either check someone or?
I mean, shit. Ask me again.
Yeah, see, there you go. It's been early morning.
Drinking, what you want?
Like, do
Like, they'll
people,
come up to him
do
and be
people
like, yo,
recognize you
weed
where
is
you feel
different.
like, damn, I can't even check this person, or I don't know why this person, you know what I'm saying?
He'd
Like,
be so high, they come up to him like, yo, the kid Mero. He'd be like, where?
yeah.
Where you at?
I
When the
love
edibles
him.
kick in.
I love
No,
that
you
show.
know what it is? I'm like, I'm just happy to be here. You feel me? So like, if people approach me on some respectful flow, I'm like, cool. But if I'm like running around, if you see me actively chasing my child through the mall, like, yo, chill.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the wrong time. You know what I'm saying?
Getting a
But I
selfie
get a
with
lot
you,
of
running with you.
Yeah. I get a lot of people hitting me after the fact, being like, "Yo, I seen you at the mall,
Right.
But I didn't want to bother you because you was your kids." And I was like, "Yo, you can always say what's up." You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? It was if we got to take 35 photos, then it's like
What about 30?
30's cool.
Okay,
But
all
not
right.
35.
You get to like
It
30,
depends on
33.
There's a
what, it
limit.
depends on what move my wife.
How
is in,
do
you know what
y'all
I'm saying?
treat y'all people that see y'all in public?
Oh, we love it.
Oh man,
That's dope.
We love it
We'd
'cause
be
it's just
more
like-
hyped than them.
Yeah,
that's
Like, they
dope.
be like, yo, I'm like, yo, you want a photo? Yo, you want me to call your grandmother? Yo, you
Yeah.
want a personalized greeting?
We
They're
have
like, yo, I'm
literally
good.
had dudes be like, "Nah, I'm not on some groupie shit." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, nah, I don't want no photo. I'm like, we like, you sure?
Yeah.
Like,
y'all
yo,
want to
you
get a
start
photo?
posing and stuff.
What's weird is like to us, this is still new to us.
Yeah.
So I'll be at the supermarket and I'm not thinking about no TV. I'm like, this bread is $1.29. This is $1.35. And like someone will walk
But
up
it's
and
like, yo,
"Dean,"
it's
I'm
2
like,
more
oh yeah, I
ounces.
am on TV. Wow, this is so
Damn.
cool.
Did the money change from Viceland to? Okay, that was a stupid ass question. Hey, dude, these look like for real, Unc.
Let me tell you, the
real?
dirty looks I give everyone in first class when I'm putting on my compression socks.
Oh,
All right, I get on first class and I know the flight attendant's my name. I'm like, hello, Glenn. Hey, Brenda. I was like, is the rigatoni still on the menu?
Yeah.
Delicious.
Be like the
Amazing.
same? Yeah, the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have the same.
I'm like,
thing.
here, I brought my own salt this time. So
Yeah.
look at that right there.
I'd like to
Got my own hot sauce.
Yeah.
I automatically walk into first class and I'm like, I am not a rapper.
Yeah.
I'm not a rapper. I do not rap.
So you play for the Bodega Dodgers?
Yes.
The first time we ever flew first class, like he just passed out, and I was sitting next to this guy, and he was just like grilling me the whole time. He was like, "So what? What? Basketball players, rappers? What is
Oh my
it?"
god.
No.
And I was like, "Why is it gonna be
bro.
like all that?" He was like, "Because you guys reek of marijuana," and I was like, "That's fair."
That's fair.
All right, you got me. Well, maybe you're not judging, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy, but you got to see the difference now of the acceptance, how people change, how people treat you.
You know, it's still a lot of love in the hood.
Oh yeah,
Like,
easy call.
But what's weird is because usually when people get money, they leave the Bronx and they never reference the Bronx again, and they never go back and give back. People in the Bronx are just like, yo, fam. Like they get tears in their eyes because they're like, every night you guys represent the Bronx. You're unapologetically the
bro.
Bronx. You make me proud to be for the Bronx, because if you go on Twitter, people always like the Bronx is dirty. The Bronx is like got STDs and all that stuff.
STDs
And we come through like, yo,
and
we are proud to be
They're
from the Bronx.
home.
Hell
We're
yeah,
always gonna
and
be
y'all
proud to-
still say something crazy
still-
too.
we're
Though.
still
But
saying-
y'all embrace the
and
crazy.
that's how people in the Bronx are, and so people see it and they're like, yo, you're good money. Yo, these are my homies. Like people see you like, yo, BX
Like y'all,
all day.
it seems like y'all speak so much for people that's not speaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because even though I'm here on the West Coast and I'm LA West Coast forever and a day, I love what y'all
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
And it's never like too much. Right.
Right.
You're like, oh man, we know where you're from. All right. Like,
You know
Makes
what
me
it
wanna
is?
go.
Because there's a Bronx everywhere. And anywhere someone loves their
easy
hood,
call.
it's that same hood love. Like you like, I love my neighbor. And people like, yo, your neighborhood is disgusting. You're like, what? You can't even. All you got is good
Like,
memories of your neighborhood, and people can relate to that. 'Cause we always get people.
and
like,
you know
yo,
what I love too, man? How well versed y'all on everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you guys just say something. I'm like, dude, I caught that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It could be something small, or I caught that. And I'm like, oh man, these dudes.
And people always say
on
that.
fire.
People are just like, wow, you guys are actually smart. I'm like, what the hell is
Like
this?
what? Wow. Oh, thank you.
or you speak so well.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
one time I
yeah.
brought a girl home on a date, and she was like, "Oh wow, you got books?" And I was like, "What the fuck? What you doing?" I was like, "Wow, ma'am, I'm still not gonna kick you out, but wow."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I
I'm
throw
a
a
little
flip
hurt,
up
but
on
not that hurt.
Instagram, and there's a bookshelf behind my kid, and the people are like, "Oh, you got your kids read? Your kids are reading?" I was
I'm
like,
like, "Yo, what exactly you think
"Yeah,
is going
like
on?"
what do you think? You think I got them bagging up krills? I was like, "What you think I'm doing?"
Did you guys ever
Oh,
imagine
man.
that this could be your life?
Never.
Hell no.
Hell no.
You know what? When we
like
had-
Cameron's schedule in an Oscar-worthy film Killer Season, this was not scheduled for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like,
Just having the audio podcast, we was like, "Pfft, It don't get better than
did
this.
that.
Like, this
like,
is it. We made it.
Do you guys do the nicknames live for the
Yeah,
podcast?
hell yeah.
That's
For
live.
And then people sing along to it.
Yeah.
It's like a
It's
concert.
wild. It's like a concert.
Like
The
usually,
first time I heard it, I was like, "What's happening in my life right
listen,
now?" Like, it was.
that's like
That's dope.
that. Everyone waits for that moment at the
Yeah.
live shows because it's like people are hugging. If you come by yourself,
Yeah.
you're leaving with friends.
Yeah.
and that's the moment where that's like when you take them
That's
to church,
dope.
Hey,
and
man,
it's so
and
much
y'all
fun.
tour on the live show.
Tour on the live
That's
show, baby.
crazy.
It's we be like,
Let me.
like every time we do this, every time before we get on stage, like I turn to him, I'm like, this is wild.
And
This is wild.
and I'll see pictures or something on social and it sells out.
yeah.
Let me tell you, I wrote a book years ago, right? And I remember I had a book signing in Harlem. And I went to Harlem and I got out the van and it was me, my boy Fuzzy, this other dude named, do y'all know Marcel from Toronto? Y'all haven't ran into him, Marcel? Oh,
No.
well, you'll meet him.
Okay.
He just knows everybody.
Okay.
Marcel from Toronto. There was a dude, some other gentleman there. There was a lady there, and then there was somebody that was in because it was cold. So they came in to escape the cold.
Oh wow.
That's how many people I had there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they wanted to kick the person out for sleeping. I was like, no, just
Just leave him in there.
if everybody can come together, you know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy when you see somebody on top of their craft, how people really show up.
Yeah. It's like we sold out the Apollo. And
That was like
that's what like the other
bruh.
day because I
It was like I
Hey,
couldn't
man,
afford to come in here.
Do you know who sells out the
Apollo
Apollo?
what I'm
exactly,
saying?
and like we're rubbing the stump and all that, and it's funny. I live by Harlem, so the other day I'm walking past the Apollo, and I look up and I was like, yo, we sold this place out.
We sold it.
Damn.
That is wild. That is
awesome.
wild. And like we sold at the theater at Madison Square Garden. They had us on the marquee outside Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
Like that's the most fun Madison
Bruh.
Square Garden has had because they got the Knicks playing there. So you know they haven't had.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine what like the LA equivalent is, but like when they put our faces on Metro cards,
Ooh.
that was
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
the fair,
That's so
the fair
awesome.
cards.
Damn.
That's when everyone in
Did
the
y'all
hood was
collect
like,
them?
oh yeah,
Oh, you
Hell
already know.
yeah.
and everyone on
I'm flipping them on eBay right now.
Yeah, hello.
And then everyone
bidding up yourself like, man.
and everyone at the subway that sells them was just like, who are these guys? Are they on Game of Thrones? Because everyone was coming there and buying them. They sold out in like a day. Fam, it's wild.
Wow.
It's a
Y'all
fun
poppin'.
ride.
That's dope.
Damn.
Being that both of you come from immigrant parents, how has that played a role in
Anchor
your
Baby
upbringing
Gang.
and into shaping who you guys are today?
I think that's very important because like we definitely have that immigrant work ethic.
Yup.
So
and
it's
not
just
taking
like,
stuff for granted
Yeah.
either. You know what I'm saying?
and it's just like this doesn't feel like work.
Yes.
So we're able to like they'll give us a schedule. They're like, yo, you're gonna do Big Boy and then this and then this and then you got the live show. They're like, can you handle that? I'm like, throw more on me, baby.
What?
Yeah.
This is the
I'm up
reason my
at
parents.
5:30. Like,
Yeah.
yo, what's poppin'?
What do your parents say?
go.
What do your
This is
parents say?
You know what's funny?
Nothing, baby.
My parents at first
12
didn't.
push-ups.
At first, my parents didn't get what was going on.
They're
And they
like,
were just
what?
like, "What?"
Did he? Yeah.
But then, like recently, I went to visit my father in Florida, and he was like, "Fam,
Showing off.
He was like, "When I came, Florida," and he was like, "Yo, fam, when I came here from Jamaica with nothing, like I did not expect you to like you have blown.
Yeah.
Oh, you far
I was like,
exceeded.
and now you your whole life you
your
want to hear
kid-
that,
and your
so.
kids, you want them
That's
to,
beautiful.
exceed. But
Yeah.
you,
What
about
you
you,
probably
Mero?
like, damn.
He's like, yo, relax. You make your sisters look bad.
You making us look bad. Slow down.
Slow down.
It's easy.
I'm like, Dad, I could buy you all the goats you want.
Yeah. No, my
Yeah.
parents,
Really?
look, my pops' English is a little sus.
I love it.
You know what I'm
I love when
saying?
you
But
can
he's
say
like, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't get it really
Yeah.
until he realized like, oh, like you on TV. I thought you was just on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, you on the real screen.
He's like, oh, because to an old head, that's like, yo,
Yeah.
you made
Yeah.
it. And then my mom was like, okay, it's nice. You're doing, it's a nice thing, but you need security, like a city job or something like that.
Because
And
it's
I
so
was just
different to them.
Yeah.
You understand?
You know
Like,
what
yeah,
I'm
this
saying?
is an
When did
actuality
they
for
know?
us.
When did they know? Like,
My mom's hit me up because the crib needed repairs and it was like it was messed up.
yeah.
And she was just like, yo, like if you could loan me. And I just called my account and I was just like, yo, wire that.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Dope.
bing, it was there in like 2 hours. She was like,
She's like, ay, mijo, necesito
like-
más.
she's like,
Yeah.
she's
She was like,
oh
who
my
are
God.
All the TV.
Oh,
How many birds did you have to flip for this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my father's a landlord down in Florida, and I guess he was going to. He's going to like he doesn't need to.
Right.
But he's West Indian. Like, he's like,
Landlord.
that work
Yeah.
ethic.
he's like, I'm gonna work till I die, and I was like,
Yeah.
not me. But so he's
That's you,
collecting.
Pops.
So he's collecting rent. And the person, like, he goes, knocks on the person's door, and they're like, oh, hold on, let me get the rent. And I guess he goes to the apartment, and they're watching my show. And he's like, what is this? And he's like, oh, they're super funny, da. You ever heard of him? He's like, that's my son.
They're like, no, it's not.
So they was like, you don't need the rent.
And he called me up. She was like, why am I finding about you got secret shows? I was like, it's not. I was like, it's not a secret. It was not a TV guy, Dad.
I'm telling you, fam.
But that moment, and after that, he was like, yo, like, they was like, oh, you out here for
Do your
real.
family call y'all Desus and Mero?
Hell no.
Yeah, no.
My mother's
parents-
super religious. She was like, you going to hell for that name.
Really? Oh, with Desus?
Yeah.
Desus, but it was a neighborhood nickname.
Oh,
So
man.
she always hated it.
Damn.
She not with it.
She not with it.
Maybe
I was
we
like,
shouldn't
I
have
was like,
had
it's
you
too
in
late.
here.
Just where your mom.
Nah, that's all right. That's all right. I'm gonna pay my way into heaven. I'm like, yo. I'm like, can I talk to a manager?
I think I know somebody. Yo.
Come
Yo,
here,
Jesus. Yo, Jesus. Yo, it's your man.
Yo, remember that time I went to church in '89?
Yeah. When that karate exhibition was going on over there.
I put $5 on the plate. Remember me?
Yo, big man, tap Jesus for me. Yo, big man.
We always think we got a hookup. Like, hey, man.
Imagine you get to heaven and like, yo, take your hat off. You're like, damn.
Is Jesus in there? Yeah.
Haven't got a wild dress code.
I'm like, hey, so they don't call you.
Oh, no, my parents call me Joelito.
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 What's your wife call you?
Joel.
Oh.
Or Joel!
Oh, that's what you know. Yeah.
More that.
Joel, these kids are driving me crazy! God, where are you?
Always
What's your
telling
ETA?
her, telling her it's longer days. Like, baby, they could.
I was like, yo, we got a nanny, though.
Like,
I was like, we got a nanny. What's wrong?
With the flex.
Hey,
I was
man,
like-
what was the one thing when y'all knew, like, man, this is going down that you went and purchased?
I listen.
2 chains over here.
I mean, you know what I'm
Look at
saying?
his bracelet. Look at the links.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, a crib,
Yeah, oh, okay.
straight cash, like
Smart way.
Because I was like, I always reference Fat Joe because we interviewed him, and like I kind of followed his path because he was like, yo, I was in the Bronx, started making a little bit of bread, and then your people from the block, from the hood, they start being like calling you Hollywood and this and that. And it was starting to get to that level with me. You know what I'm saying? Where it was like, I would go to the bodega and people would be like, yo, you got me?
Yeah,
And I'd be like, yeah, I got you. And then it gets like, yo, I got you. And I'm like, bruh, I don't got you this time because I just came out of my house with $5 in my pocket. I don't even got drawers on.
Right.
So
That's
Fat Joe
nasty.
was like,
But go
yo,
ahead. That's gross, but go ahead.
yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Not a problem.
No one
Fat
did
Joe's
that
like,
visual.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, when you get some bread, he's like, yo, if you want to stay close to New York, you from the Bronx, move right over the bridge in Jersey. I was like, copy. He's like, if you're from Queens and you get money, you move over the bridge to Long Island. I was like, I'm from the Bronx, I'm going to Jersey. So I'm in Jersey now. And like all these New York rappers and athletes and all of them,
Everybody.
they all live around me. And I was just like, what? Because out there you get more bang for your buck, real
You
estate
getting
wise.
some
You feel me?
land too, huh?
And I got 4 kids, and
yeah.
they got to run around and stuff because I want them to. I want a good return on my investment.
Yeah, hello.
So I'm like, one of y'all better make the league.
Yeah,
or something.
somebody got to.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, y'all run out there, throw the ball, dribble, kick, do whatever you got to
Hey,
do.
Desus, when he said he moved to Jersey, you shook your head.
Nah, I'm still in the Bronx, baby. I got myself a nice luxury apartment with a sneaker room.
Hey, those are his
Listen,
kids.
Like I'll be in that room like with a single
Look at my
chair, like, oh
collection.
man, we
Bro,
did it.
I've been
No,
trying
but
to
it's
do
different
this.
because like he needs space. He
Yeah.
needs space. But I mean, like I'm out here, I got no kids. I'm
You're
in
like,
the
my
mix of
sneakers
it,
are my
man.
babies.
Yeah, they are.
How many
Yeah.
pairs of sneakers do you own? Do you know?
At the last count, it's gotta be at like $425.
Oh my gosh. What's the most expensive pair of sneakers
The
you've
most
ever bought?
expensive, not bought, but I got gifted a pair of like friends and family Pharrell HUs.
Those are
from-
expensive.
Like the retail on them something like 20.
I've been trying to get my boyfriend to sell his. He has like the exclusive. I think they only gave out 8, and he will not sell
You
them.
should
I'm like,
sell 'em.
do you know how much money I
That,
can get for
it
these?
came with a card from Pharrell.
Yeah,
like,
Hey,
he's like,
dude,
no,
when he
he
go
said,
to
I won't
travel,
do it.
when he travel, you should sell it.
Oh, he would kill me.
Nah, he
No.
won't.
Haven't seen him.
I'm
Haven't
like,
seen him.
do you
You
know
put
how
him
much
somewhere.
we could get for these?
Yeah.
Like, you used to know
But the
thousands of dollars.
She's a sneakerhead as well.
Yeah, but see, the secret is because I'm still in the Bronx. If I go to the bodega or something, straight black Air Force Ones. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody know I got money in that neighborhood. They be like, yo, I'll be like, I'm struggling just like you, bro.
Give
Yeah.
it I'm just giving it to y'all.
T-shirt with mad cat hair on it, like I'm holding the door for people, like change.
Like, didn't I just watch you last night?
Nah,
But yeah,
that wasn't me, brother.
Them
People
checks,
tell me I look like I'm alive.
them checks don't come into a year later. You know what I'm saying?
People be real confused. I go to the same supermarket I've always gone to, and the supermarket I go to, like the toothpaste is still locked up.
Yeah.
You got to show ID to buy beer, and so people will be online like,
Like, what are you doing here?
Why
they be like, yo,
here,
you look like that guy that has the
Yeah.
show. I'll be like, yeah, I get that.
The
a lot.
double take.
I get a lot. And then the cashier, she's like, oh, I love your show. I watch the show all the time. I was like, yo, thank you. She's like, every week I watch your show. I love your show. Yo, I love you. Yo, when's Black Ink coming back? And I was like, I was like, excuse you?
I'm not a tattoo artist.
I'm not black ink.
What am I supposed to know?
Who do you
Schedule?
get mistaken for the most if somebody think? Not Mero.
Not
you know
Mero.
what I'm saying?
Caesar from Black Ink for some reason.
Really?
And JB Smooth.
That's why she was asking you when it was coming
JB
back.
Smooth, the 50-plus-year-old comic?
You know what? It happened. I was at a hockey game. No, mistake
That's
number one.
why.
So
Yeah, you
There's your explanation.
Hence, hockey game.
But JB Smooth was
Free
also
tickets, huh?
He was also, you know it.
Yeah,
So
closing
JB
up another
Smooth
deal.
was also at the game. So I guess the people were just like, yo, there's 2 black people here. I'm gonna shoot it 50-50.
Right,
So
it
I'm
might
at
be
the,
one of them.
I'm at the Euro and someone's like, yo, I love your work. You're so funny. Da da. I was like, yo, thank you, thank you, bro. He was like, yo, what you doing? Curb Your Enthusiasm. So I was like, JB Smooth.
Long ball Larry.
What about you, Mero? Get mistaken for?
Will Smith with diabetes.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Can you see it?
They're like, yo, like, what? Damn, Will Smith is retaining a lot
Who's
of
the
water.
big?
Yeah.
The basketball. Jared Dudley.
Jared Dudley.
Jared
Yes.
Dudley.
Who is a
That's
Laker?
who he
He's a
like.
Laker now. Shout out to
What
JD.
do you think this NBA season gonna look like?
Oh, it's gonna be wild. It's
Listen,
gonna be
You know
wild.
how at one point we were saying Warriors and you see
Oh,
let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Sorry. No, you do not look like him.
Nah, you
Hey,
should.
man.
You could. You could.
If he did the beard in
Yeah.
the hat,
When he goes on vacation, he shaves his beard so he gets an
Oh,
even
no.
tan. He comes back looking like that. I'm like,
so you
asked
shade
for
to get the even tan? That's dope as hell.
that's that. I was like, oh, you Dominican.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey man, so
DR.
what do you think it's going to look like at the end of the season? Because at one point we
Knicks
were always
champs.
saying Warriors and. What do you
Knicks
feel
champs. He's funny.
Wait, who said? Someone said Knicks.
Knicks championship.
If the Knicks win
Hilarious.
15 games, that's like a world championship.
For
for
real.
them.
Right.
We're
Yeah.
celebrating like it's
Yo,
a
It got
championship.
crazy even with us in LA. We got to a point where like, man, if the Lakers just make it to the playoffs, we've never been to just make it to the playoffs.
Listen, my passport is from Lebranistan.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just gotta say, I think LeBron and AD is gonna be tough to beat, man.
Really?
Even with
If he stays
even with
healthy?
Kawhi and Paul George, like I've shout out
We
to the
seeing
Clippers
a
fans.
lot of good teams right now.
Yeah.
in the West.
Yeah. Sorry about
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
that. Yeah.
Okay,
But
cool.
that means
It'll
that the
be
Knicks got a
greater
shot in the
layers.
East.
Say what now?
That means that the Knicks got a shot in the East though, because all the talent is on the West now. Really, you know what I'm saying? Who we got in the East? Giannis.
What do you think is going to really
I do
happen?
like him.
The same thing that happens every year.
Yeah.
Just sad tweets from us after Nick
By
games,
Christmas,
like, so close.
by Christmas you'll know.
Yeah.
Do y'all go to the Knicks games?
Religiously. I don't even
Oh,
care
you
about
poor
a win.
thing.
I don't even care about a win. I'll
Just be there.
Just be there eating a
Oh, y'all
potato
real
chips.
fans.
Like
Y'all
I've been
real
at Nick
fans.
games and they getting blown out by 20 in the first quarter, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
We coming back, baby.
Yeah, we got
Have they ever
this.
asked you to just get in there and just play? Might as well.
No, but I have gotten
Like, stole
I have
the
gotten
jersey.
that card you get from the NBA about behavior.
Yeah,
And they was like, yo,
they
fam.
they put those in our seats. They were like, yo,
They were like, yo,
this has been placed here because y'all are wild.
yeah.
So
Are you
chill.
serious?
Wow.
Yeah, we were at a courtside game. Every time we was like, yo, Melo, yo, and they see us, they were like, yo, chill.
Yeah.
We're like, yo, we just out because we're just happy to be there, and we're like in the front row. We're like, yo, Kemba Walker, BX all day. He's like, y'all trying to do free throws.
I'm
Hey,
looking-
man.
and they got the mouth guards. You know how they put the mouth guards on the scores
Yeah.
table? Like I'm like touching the mouth guards and stuff.
And then like people are watching our TV, they're like, is that Desus and Mero? Like we're getting up, we're going to the concession stands, we're
Hey
just
man,
harassing
do
people.
y'all trip off for now that y'all do have a little something? How much comes free now?
It's
wild.
but it
It's
makes
wild.
me upset because when I needed the stuff for free, I wasn't
Exactly.
getting it. Now it's too much. Now it's
Stuff
just
like food,
yeah,
you know,
too much clothes and
yeah,
stuff.
hell of a problem to
We was,
have.
at we was at the dispensary and we about to buy whatever, and like after we round up the purchase, the owner comes through like, yo, I
He's
love
like, yo,
your
I'm
stuff.
a huge fan. Yo, his
Here's
man,
some gifts.
Bud.
And I was like, you just gave us the same amount of stuff we purchased.
bruh.
Like, if we had done this transaction
Like,
10
can
minutes
you have
earlier,
just said that from the beginning?
Yeah, bro.
like as soon as I walk
Give
in,
my
like,
money
hey,
back.
that's on me.
But then they start giving you wild stuff you would never buy. I was like,
Yeah.
bomb.
But,
Yeah,
like,
okay,
okay.
I'll
I was
try
like,
this. Yeah, I'll try this.
Please.
Wellness
Yeah.
gels. All right.
Hey.
No doubt.
Try that.
So these are just like Cheez-Its, huh?
Like,
I'll
Jesus
try
sounds
this.
good.
You know, I
Yeah.
never smoked in my life. What am I missing?
Tell him, please.
Oh man,
Fill him in.
I've been smoking since I was 12. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't even get like high anymore. like the first, I call it the first 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes is like my ultimate because it's
You're
like
like,
I feel like I'm 16 again. You know what I'm saying? Like my teen's like, yo, I'm smacked.
Always chasing that first one,
Yeah.
huh?
You know what I'm saying? But then it's like being high is just kind of like, well, it depends on what you're smoking. We in Cali, so it's like
Different types. Because in New York,
Every strain.
in New York, all you get is weed.
It's weed. Here's your weed, motherfucker.
You're like, what type is this? They're like, it's the type in your hand.
Hey man,
It's the type you smoke.
y'all be booking shows by like, we got, we got to get to Cali.
You gotta get to Cali.
Yeah, we gotta get to Cali.
Yeah, let's do 16 shows in Cali. Yo, let's do a residency for 6 months.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The thing is, like, I've only been smoking. I haven't been smoking even a decade yet.
What
but
made you pick it up?
I
made you.
Oh,
but-
Not
I
even a decade
had
yet.
a wild court case, and I was stressing before court. And what's funny, I lived with this girl that used to smoke all day, and I hated it. I was like, yo, you a burnout. You ain't gonna go nowhere in your life.
You a pothead.
And then I got into the wild case, and I was like, right before, and I was like, damn. I seen like she had like a little blunt in there, and I was like, let me try
me
this.
hit
And I was like, all right, this ain't so bad. And I'm in court like this, and just yelling at me, and I was like, all right, I don't care, go to jail.
Yeah. Did you beat the
From
case?
the
You got
nerve.
time.
Beat the case with a
See what I'm
public
saying?
defender.
There it is. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
Weed kills
the
everything.
weed. Hell yeah.
That's what you're missing out on, babe.
Yeah, and they probably saw that you weren't stressed as much. Like, yeah, we can't give him nothing.
They could.
Whatever we give him, we gonna take it on the chin.
Because I'm just in court, and I'm watching other people, like, people coming in, they was like, 24 years, reprimanded to the back, and I'm just like,
Whoa.
Yeah, like from here.
I was like, wait, you just walked into the courthouse, and you're not coming back out for 24 years? Just sitting there deep, like.
They probably watching your show somehow.
Yeah,
like,
they're
man,
like-
hey, I think I was in court with
Well,
that
it's
dude.
funny, the public defender, he was like, you seem like a good kid. Like, you seem, you got your head to. He was like, you know what? I feel good that I saved you. I feel like you're going to accomplish a lot. And I emailed him the other day, and I was like, yo, good looking.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like, he saw it.
He
huh?
saw the potential.
Oh, he probably said that to everybody that just got off.
Right.
Like,
That's a
yeah.
general
But the
thing.
funny part is, because I got arrested in the Bronx, and the judge, like, I'm in front of the judge, and the judge is like, hold on. He has a college degree. Take off his handcuffs. I was like, am I the only person in the Bronx with a college degree? He's like, why you saying him?
Take these goddamn hands.
I was like, why you
heard the judge.
That's right. And he said that he was like, college degree, and all the corrections officers was like, oh, daddy. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
should
Watch
flop this
out.
more often.
What kind of time were you looking at if you your minimum maximum?
A mandatory 4 years.
Really?
Yeah. I was
Mandatory.
out there, bro.
Oh,
Just
man.
wrong time. I ran into my homies on the wrong night. And
Damn.
next thing I know, I was like, oh, so like
real life.
there ain't no women in here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's different.
Man, well, it all works out.
It all works
Yeah.
out.
All right, got to ask you guys. Joe Budden is trending right now on Twitter
Oh, what,
for
this
a
time?
list that was put out, top 50 greatest rappers of all time.
Uh-huh.
He's up there at number 3.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's number 3?
And
Joe Budden make this
Yeah,
list?
Joe Budden
He
definitely.
definitely did.
that's what Twitter's
course.
grilling him about, dog. What do you guys think about the list? And
Oh, damn, they did past and present. Like,
Yeah.
alive and.
Oh,
All right,
All
first of all,
time.
this is wild East Coast heavy.
Yeah, big time.
Big time. Also, this is definitely like the older generation. This is not like kids. This is like my age, because old heads would be like, yo,
Older head.
Jay-Z and Nas best rappers ever.
Yeah,
They're like,
top. Nobody moving from there.
I like right off the rip. I'm like, I don't want to hear nothing. Like, we still arguing if Ether was better than Takeover. Everyone's like, nobody want to talk about that no more.
Dang,
Shut up. That was,
Joe is
20, that was 20 years ago.
Like, let it go.
That's wild.
This is a wild. Well,
Damn,
you know what?
bro.
I definitely would
What
have.
do you move to your
I'd have
top
Ice
five?
Cube higher. Definitely. You gotta have Ice Cube higher than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cube is number 39 out of 50.
on that
Yeah.
list.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wild,
He's
yeah.
gonna hate.
And they got Pocket 15. Even though
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Pac fan, you know what I'm saying? Because I like to rhyme Hennessy and Penitentiary a lot. So.
Go ahead now. All right.
But I feel
Yeah,
like he
this
should
is
at least
careful.
be in the top 10.
Scarface, number 16.
Yeah, that's
Oh, wow.
That's wild.
Oh, man. But, anytime somebody put a list, this is what you do.
Yeah.
This is what you
This
start
is
doing.
exactly-
And they
I
do
really
this
do
shit on
wanna know
purpose.
who did it, though.
Like,
Because
I
don't
knew
know where
Stack
it came
Bundles.
from.
Say it
I would
again.
not
I don't
put
know
Stack
where it came
Bundles.
from.
You don't know where it
this
came
high,
from?
like,
Yeah, I haven't figured
I
out.
did
like,
it last
Could have been
night.
a
No,
random
you
number.
didn't.
Okay, I did.
This is
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
wild.
the
This is a
source
wild
would
list.
say a lot.
I wouldn't even take time away from my kids and out of my life to redo this.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
you get to a certain age where you're just like, yo, I like hip hop, but I'm
Yeah.
not gonna sit around discussing
And
it 20
even
years
with
later.
hip hop, I'm not even just hip hop. You know how there's sometimes where you'll see something on Instagram and it'll say, like, figure out this mathematic equation. I'm like,
Nah, fuck you. I'm not doing
How
that.
many
not doing
fishes
that.
are there?
But
Two
you
lines.
just said
Do you
about-
see the difference?
yeah. How
Fuck
many
that.
triangles do you see? Like, I don't give a fuck.
Fuck this triangle.
Talking about what you just said about not wasting kids' time, it just brought me back to the weed question. Weed will help
yeah.
you appreciate being with your kids more.
Really?
Because it's like when you're smacked, it's like everything is an
We call it
adventure.
smack.
You know what I'm saying? And then like when
Also,
you're with your
I would like to
kids-
know if Children's Services agrees with
Right.
this.
Yeah. So like they're always safe. They're always, you know what I'm saying? Close by. I always
Right.
keep an eye on them.
And you got humidifiers or whatever you said
All
downstairs.
that air purifiers, all that.
Air purifiers.
But when you're, and usually it's like edible, you know what I'm saying? I'm not blowing drill in my kid's face. But they're
puff, puff,
experiencing stuff for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Like when your kids are younger, you know what I mean? Like when you take them to a basketball game for the first time or
I love
Like-
how you were on delay and you answered this question like 15 minutes later.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
You know,
but
that
like,
show
wait,
you right
wait,
there.
wait.
That's something I
Welcome
don't
to how
need
we
to
work.
smoke. Yeah.
Welcome to how we work.
Yeah.
And-
He doing Thursday show.
Yeah.
You know,
Wait, I wanna
following
come back.
like.
But that's what I'm saying. So like when you're with your kids, it's like, oh, they're experiencing this for the first time, and I'm in a mental state where I'm like, yo, this is ill, even if it's just a supermarket. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that's what weed does.
So you're asking what weed does?
Yeah.
You know
This is what we do.
Prime example right here.
It makes
This is what you're
everything
missing
an
out on,
This is what
adventure.
you're missing out on.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't
Delayed
even know
response.
he's here.
So that's what I'm missing.
That's what you're missing.
Everything
even
being
know
an
he's
adventure.
here.
You be coming in, you be walking down the hall going to get coffee, like, yo, that pain is ill. You know what I'm saying? Like you
I
just
think
appreciate
I'm
everything.
the only one in this room that's never smoked, huh?
Yeah.
Everybody said,
Peer
I
pressure.
just want you to try it because I know it will help you get better sleep.
Why don't know?
That's
like
it.
I said, why
What
nobody
about-
encourage me to
Have
go
you
back
ever-
and get my degree?
Have you ever? Yeah.
Do that too.
Yeah.
Doing both.
And smoke.
Yeah, yes.
Have you ever
High
tried?
scores.
Have you ever
Get high
tried
scores.
CBD?
Like the oils or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that
I've
doesn't
tried
have the THC in it. Does that work for you?
I don't do THC.
Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
the
yeah.
CBD works for you?
It depends. If like the oil that I rub, cool. I just did the dropper.
drops?
I did that over the weekend.
How did it go?
I don't know. It
You
was
don't
like,
know? Yeah. It's like, it's hit or miss. It's hit
Yeah,
or miss.
I don't know.
Well, 'cause
Hey,
also-
dude, to keep it one thou wow with you, that shit put me to sleep.
Yeah, see?
I don't even fuck around.
That's what it
with you.
do.
That's good.
And I still was able to get up, but I kept. But
You
like
didn't feel
this
drowsy or
morning,
anything in
Is
the
that
morning?
good?
yeah,
sleep.
I couldn't do it. I
Yeah.
couldn't do it because I had to get up. You know,
Yeah,
we get
you-
up early, and I
Yeah.
was
The
sleep is
I was
too good.
slowly. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, nah. Over the weekend, I was like, nah, I'm cool.
Because you also just really have to be careful of who's manufacturing it, because nowadays everybody thinks that they can make a CBD oil, a CBD rub, or an edible, and it's
Yeah,
like,
they make it in
I ain't
their
eating that
bathtub.
fucking edible from
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
kitchen.
Cat hairs
Like,
in it.
bro,
Yeah, why they
outta
bathing? You know what
here.
I'm saying?
Why is it a
Bathing in
fingernail
it.
like that?
They're just making a big mama sing. They just have mad loose chicken in it later.
Be like, this tastes like mayonnaise. Oh, I made it in a mayo jar.
Yeah.
You know, I made it in a mayonnaise jar. But my boy Louis, he's another one to be like, big, no, you gotta smoke. And I'm like, Louis, I'm not
Definitely
gonna
should
even
smoke that Louis.
start off on the Louis.
Yeah.
That's the best stuff, right?
But you know what? You gotten this far without smoking. Why ruin it now?
Exactly.
It's not gonna be
Thank you.
ruined.
It is
Thank
ruined.
you.
He got
He has a
a
college
perfect
degree.
game going.
You know what I'm saying?
And then also you get to throw it in
For
other
his
people's
sleep.
faces. They be like, yo, when your staff come in here high, you be like, you know, I've never smoked.
Yeah. And look at me. And look at me.
Look how far I've gone.
medicinal
You
purposes.
pothead.
That's
Hey.
impressive when it's crack.
Right.
Like I never smoked crack.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all all smoke crack. I never smoked
I
crack.
got out the hood without doing heroin.
I feel like
did that.
most people in this room have not smoked crack. Forgive me if I'm wrong.
At least I would hope
Have
not.
not.
Okay.
Anybody smoke crack?
Crack's not a. You can't
Crack on
recreational
me.
just pull out crack at a
Yeah,
party.
yeah, like
People
hey,
look at
man.
you different.
Want this?
Anybody got some crack?
Yeah, what kind of crack?
Yeah.
Yo, you want hit?
I'm not supposed to be asking
Hit
for a
the
light.
pookie real
Like,
quick.
oh, I got a light. Here you go. And then pull out
First
some
thing you
wine.
stole.
Like, ain't it like
Yo,
that's a torch?
Bro, don't light yourself on fire, bro.
Like,
Man,
yo,
so
yo, he stole one speaker.
what are y'all drinking when y'all on y'all show?
Rum.
He drinks Brugal and I drink.
And you hit that, you hit boom. Like,
Rum.
Yeah. Straight to the head.
And I drink Beck's. So it's
Genetto.
Beck's Pilsner.
do y'all have a sponsorship with that?
No, not yet.
Not
Man,
yet.
I
We're
see
working
that
on
green
it.
bottle. I'm like,
We're
go
We're
ahead
working
now.
on it. That's why we changed the logo on the bottle,
Yeah.
because no free Randy. Right?
Yeah.
Y'all gonna pay.
Okay.
Cause I see y'all going. I'm like, man,
We be
are they
going.
really in there?
The wild part is
It's
people
not
are just
iced
like
tea.
people are like, yo, you going through like 5-6 beers a session. No, what they do every time they cut back to me, they take whatever beer I'm drinking and they replace it with a fresh one because they're
Nice and
obsessed
cold.
with it being like
top.
looking like a fresh cold beer.
Continuity,
And
huh?
So we're just going through like 10 beers, and at the end of it, you just see all these half-open beers. It's just wait. I'm like, what? I was like, this is very
Hey, dude,
wasteful.
don't y'all trip now how much is going on around y'all?
Like- They doing all time, and they're like, yo, they're like, lift his hat. Like, Mero, your chains are dangling on the mics, and then like 4 people come and work on his chains and tape them down.
And you just hear this. You just see this. Okay.
They're like, hold.
Yeah. And you just
Okay, copy.
You just hear.
You know, like, Mero, your dick is out.
Okay, all right, my fault.
My bad.
My bad. It's showtime though.
They're like, restart.
Yeah.
Hey man, but it is a pleasure
Yes.
having y'all in the neighborhood.
Thanks for having
bro.
us.
Thanks for having
And I'm
us
gonna
up
tell
here,
you,
man.
man,
You guys are a lot of
I
fun.
really enjoy it. I enjoy what y'all do, and it's crazy because I don't have a show that I have to watch. You know, I love documentaries, but you guys are the only show that I have to watch.
That's high praise.
Hey,
Thank
You know what I'm
man.
saying? And y'all
Crazy,
have a
crazy,
great show, bro.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
man.
You just want to keep doing it.
Icon, big boy, we did this shit.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
you made
I
it.
enjoy it, man.
Motherfucker.
Hello.
Yo, throw Pete out. Fuck that. Let's go.
Go ahead.
No.
Relax.
Do it big. Throw the beat on.
You sure?
No. Oh, you dead ass?
You're not ready for that.
You asked for it.
Yeah, you asked for it.
Hey, this is a lame ass beat.
Go ahead.
Hey.
Wow.
Hey.
You didn't.
You know, I made this beat.
Go off, Vic.
Yeah,
You gotta do the LeBron going off face like,
Yeah. Okay, I didn't make it, but
Joe Budden, number 3 rapper in the world. Third best of all time, y'all.
Hey, look
is
at her.
trash.
Hello.
He's the
I
GOAT.
had to get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Desus and Mero in the neighborhood, man. Don't forget Showtime Monday and Thursday
That's
nights,
right.
man.
Yes, sir.
And they gonna run y'all all the way through. It's not like there's no hiatus coming or anything like
no,
that.
we're on hiatus right now, but we're
So y'all
back
come
at
back
it.
in September?
We're back at it September.
I love it, man.
And you know, who knows? Maybe we go to 3 nights a week.
Yeah, hell, I would love that, man.
The streets, let
I would
Showtime
love
know.
that.
Let Showtime
And so
know.
when you're in hiatus, when people think you're not working, you're working.
We're working.
Oh, yeah.
We still
Grinding.
podcast not stopping. Podcast
Yeah.
still dropping today. Touring. We're working on other stuff. Working on the book. We out here, man.
Yeah, man.
We out
Y'all
here. Listen,
get
you
it,
gotta
man.
strike while the iron's hot, right?
Hello,
Yeah.
easy
Man.
call. Y'all stick around y'all radio's Big Boys
Big
Neighborhood.
Boy.
Yeah.